Good morning, everybody. It's Norma, and I'm here to do a Yankee tag video. I was first tagged by Candle Fan Kringle, and then I was also tagged by Jules Candle Closet. So thank you guys both very much for thinking of me. I'm really excited to do this video, although I'm kind of scared too, because these are some hard questions. So I wrote them down so I could remember them. And I kind of brought out some of the candles I'm going to be talking about, so we have some visual here. So, and hopefully it'll help remind me of my answers here. So I'm going to kind of be winging this. I did put a little thought into it simply because I had to drag out the candles, but as far as answering the questions, I'm just going to be thinking off the cuff here. So let's get started. The first question is, why do you love Yankee Candles? Well, I've always loved candles. I mean, I think I started with my first candle when I was in high school, and it was just like, whatever I could find, at the supermarket or whatever. At that age, you don't really have a lot of disposable income, and, I didn't grow up in a candle family, so I was really the first one in my family to get into candles. So just whatever I could afford. Later on, I was a party light consultant, and I did sell party light candles. But, life got in the way, and I kind of got out of it. I actually got out of burning candles altogether, which is a long story I'm not going to get into. But I've just recently started to get back into candles. And honestly, right before the end, I was selling party light in the 1990s, and then I kind of got away from scented candles, and I was just burning unscented ones, white unscented ones, which I still love. I think there's nothing more beautiful than a white candle, and I don't care, if it's scented or not. It's just the white candle is just a beautiful look. So I was burning unscented candles for a while, and then, like I said, I got away from candles. So it's just been in the last few years I'm getting back into it. And when I got back into it, I started with Yankee. And the main reason is I went to visit my cousin who lives in Massachusetts. And it was around Christmas time. I was there for a family wedding. And I was staying there for the week. And she goes, "We've got to go to Yankee Candle." And I was like, "Yankee Candle," I wasn't even thinking, And so we did go up there, and it was just amazing. I mean, the store is so huge in Deerfield, Massachusetts. The scent was overpowering. I mean, it almost made me sick. I mean, I just couldn't wait to get out of there. Like an hour was like my tops. But it just was like, oh my God, all these candles. And it kind of brought me back my love for candles. Now, unfortunately, on that trip, I just had a very small carry-on bag and my large purse with a laptop in it. So I had like no room. So I end up bringing back 2 Votives, and it was Midsummer's Night. That was my very first Yankee candle. And I don't have a sample out here, but that is one of my all-time favorites still, simply because that was my cousin's favorite. And she always had Midsummer's Night burning in her house, and it was my actual very first Yankee candle. So that always will hold a special place in my heart. And it, has a great throw and everything. What's not to like? And so I had 2 Votives of Midsummer's Night. And then I brought back some card jars because they were easy to slide in my purse. I mean, seriously, that was it. I have an opportunity to go to the flagship store, and I buy 2 Votives and some card jars. Pretty pathetic. So I hope I can, in the future, make another trip and, either have them ship me some or bring an extra suitcase. I don't know. But anyway, so that is one of the main reasons I love Yankee Candle, because it just reminds me of, a great time with my cousin. But I also like Yankee because they have some really true-to-life scents. I mean, what it is what you're going to get. For the most part, they throw well, they burn well. You rarely have to worry about, things happening like, jars exploding. I mean, it just rarely happens unless, either you're not taking care of your candle properly or it got damaged in shipment, something like that. For the most part, they're very reliable candles. And I love the fact that they have great sales all the time. So, if you're vigilant and you stay alert and you look for them, and you pay attention, you can really get some really good deals. And as you know, I've taken advantage of those sales this year. I've been really gone crazy this past year. And I also like the fact that you can go to a store. I mean, unless you live in a really remote area, most cities have, several Yankee Candles, or there'll be a Yankee Candle, nearby you somewhere within a reasonable drive. I don't really like ordering candles online sight unseen. I mean, I have on occasion, for instance, Kringle candle. I've ordered a few, and some were great, some were not. But in general, I like just being able to go to the store. It's fun, it's a hobby. I have a Sunday afternoon. Oh, I got nothing to do. I'm going to go to Yankee Candle. And it's fun to go there and talk to people about candles and see what's new and smell all the different scents. So I really like the fact that they have a lot of retail stores out there. So, okay, we've been going for 6 minutes. I'm on question number 1. Okay. Do I prefer jars or tumblers? Why? And do you trim the wicks before the first burn, and why? This is a real difficult question for me. In general, I would say I like the jars because you get, a good amount of wax. These are, 22 ounces. I can't see a damn thing. Sorry. Oops, I swore. Sorry. I can't see anything right now. But the jars are pretty big. I think they're a really good value for your money, especially if you get them on a sale. And I mean, if you can get this like $10, oh my goodness, even $12, $15, that's a really good deal, and you get a lot of wax. That being said, however, sometimes the jars are problematic. You can have, problems with burn. They can tunnel. You usually need a good period of time. I can never really get a wax pool in like 3 to 4 hours. I burn candles for 3 or 4 hours, but I have to babysit them. Usually on a large jar, you need like a 5, 6, 7, 8 hour time window to really get a nice good wax pool, especially on some of the older candles that they just seem to have really hard wax. So the tumblers are nice in the fact that they have the 2 wicks. They burn quickly, they burn evenly. I mean, you can come home at night and have 2 to 3 hours to burn your candle, and you can get a good wax pool and enjoy it and not have to babysit it. And with the tumblers, they're a lot easier to store because you can stack them up. So it's kind of I'm battling with myself right now because I find I really do enjoy the tumblers a lot. But if I had to pick one, I still say I would go with the classic large jars simply because there are more scents available. You get the treasures in the large jars, and I just think they're a better value. And I'm all about value and, saving some money in this economy. So, do I trim the wicks before the first burn, and why? In general, I do not. Simply because, like I said, sorry, I don't know what happened. I just got a new phone. I got the Samsung Galaxy S5, and I've just been having so many issues with recording since I got this phone. It just like times out on me or something. I haven't figured out what it is. So the question was, do I trim the wicks before the first burn, and why? In general, I don't, simply because I usually do get the large jars, and it does take a long time for the wax pool to form. And I am notorious for trimming my wicks too short. Usually when I trim my wicks, it's like first thing in the morning when I get up and it's dark out, and I have a wick trimmer, but I still get them too short. And when you get the wicks too short, then you start running into issues with tunneling, and it takes forever to get a wax pool going, and sometimes you can drown your wick. So for that first burn, I really do like to just let the candle go and get going. Now, with that being said, however, there are times you do need to trim your wick. For instance, I have this candle here, and the wicks are really long. To me, that's too long. If I see a wick that long, I'm going to trim it because I think, that's going to be dangerous. So, in general, the answer is no, but there are exceptions to every rule. Okay, do I prefer Votives or Tarts? Why? Here's a Tart. Here's a Votive. I'm just getting into Tarts. I've never really done Tarts before this year. Well, did I do some last year? I guess last year. But it's just really been this year I've been getting into Tarts simply because my summer schedule has been so crazy. I've barely been home. I've spent most of my weekends out of town, and I just haven't had the time to burn candles. So I've gotten more into the Tarts. And, you know, I do like the electric tart warmers. I like the tea light warmers. I kind of prefer the tea light warmer because it has the light glow, but the electric warmers are so convenient. You know, it's such a toss-up. But if I had to pick one, and I always ask myself this question when I have to decide something like this. If I was on a desert island and I could take only one thing with me, what would I take? And when I ask myself the question that way, then the choice is pretty easy. It would be a votive. And the reason why is because one thing I love about candles is the scent, but I also love the glow of the flame. There's something about the flame that to me is very soothing and calming. So if I have a votive, I can light it up and use it, you know, for a flame. And, you know, it could come in handy if you lose your power, you got a candle. At the same time, however, you can always cut it up and throw it in a tart warmer. So I think it's a lot more versatile than the actual tart. So for that reason, I would pick votives. What is your least favorite size candle and why? Oh, I skipped a question. Let's go back. Do you prefer food and spice, fresh, floral, festive, or fruit the best? Which one do you prefer the least and why? Okay, this is probably the hardest question of them all because I like everything. Everything. But if I had to pick just one, it would probably be fresh or festive. So let me just kind of run down the categories. Food and spice. I do like the food and spice, but you know, I'm not so much into the bakery scents. I like scents like apple pumpkin, gingerbread. You know, I do like a lot of them, but you know, some of them, you know, I'm just not that crazy about. You know, the bakery scents. With, you know, I love chocolate cake. I like blueberry scone. There's a lot I do like, but you know, to me, the bakery scents, you really need to have like the cool fall, winter temperatures and to really make them appealing. You know, you put on some of those food and spice candles, you know, in the spring and summer and they just don't hit you right. So, but I do like them. The fresh, I recently just reorganized my candles. In fact, I did it yesterday and it took me 7 hours. I had the intent of doing a collection video, but literally 5 hours I was pulling out candles and I hadn't gotten everything out of the closets and cupboards and I was feeling nauseous and sick. So I scrapped the idea of doing a collection video because I couldn't. I just had to get everything back into closets and out of my sight. But when I did have enough of my candles out that I could see what I had the most of, and I did have the most of the fresh. Now, with that being said, I think fresh comes into different categories. You have your cologne scents, you have your perfumey scents, you have your ozone scents, you have your more like herbal scents. They all fall into the fresh. I don't like perfumey scents. So that would be like something like Beautiful Day. It's a nice scent, but it's not my favorite. I probably would never get it again. Your ozone scents would be like Bay Breeze. And they can be very nice if they're done right. This one is a fantastic example. Greenhouse, as you guys know, one of my favorites. This is a fresh, and this one I would categorize as, you know, in the herbal fresh category. And that's the kind of scent I like. Golden Sands, one of my favorite. I love it. So I would have to say fresh. I do like the floral, but a lot of those florals can be perfumey, and I don't like a perfumey floral. Tulips, as you guys know, one of my favorite floral scents. And this one is, to me, it's more of a floral, earthy, herbal type of scent versus, you know, it's not a floral perfumey scent. So my herbal type scents would be my favorite. And one of my absolute, you know, favorite, lemon lavender. You know, it falls into that fresh category, but it's like an herbal type of scent. So that would be it. Festive, I love, you know, I love burning, you know, the holiday candles, you know, like from Thanksgiving on through, you know, New Year's. That's my favorite time, so I do love those scents a lot. Fruit would probably be my least favorite. I do like some, like I have honeydew melon here. That's one of my favorites. Country lemonade, I think that's a fruit. Yep, that's a fruit. So I do like all the categories. I really, really do. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be the fresh moving into the floral type thing, okay? Okay. What is your least favorite size candle and why? And that would be this little guy right here, the small jar. And I have here a collection of all the sizes. We have the large jar, the medium jar, the small jar. Let me put it back there so you can see. The tumbler, the large tumbler, the medium tumbler, which is discontinued, and the small tumbler. And this is the Relaxing Ritual. The 3-wick tumbler, which you can get at your discount stores and Bed Bath & Beyond. This is a small Pure Radiance. They also have the large. They have tea lights, votives, tarts, the new centerpiece. Out of all of these, I don't like the small jar. I think they're very cute. I just picked this up when they had the sale, some kind of sale, and I wanted to try the new summer scents. And I never did get any of these scents in a large jar yet, so this is all I have. And I have some tarts, I think. But I just think they're overpriced. You're not going to get a scent throw from them unless you have them in a very small bathroom. And, you know, I'm just not crazy about them. I do like these medium tumblers a lot, and it's a shame they were discontinued because I like them a lot better than the small tumblers, because the medium tumblers have the 2 wicks. But you can still get these. I mean, I just got this one. It was during the I think it was during the semi-annual sale. Well, no, maybe it was a sale before that, online. So they're floating around. Every once in a while I see them at Bed Bath & Beyond on clearance. Like I said, sometimes online you can see it. So if I see a medium tumbler, I usually try to get it because I do like them a lot. But the small tumbler, probably, you know, after the small jar, that would be my second least favorite. How often do you visit Yankee Candle on average? Well, it depends. If there's a semi-annual sale going, I can go every single day. There have been times when there's a semi-annual sale going on, I've gone 2 or 3 times a day because I can't carry more than 8 large jars at a time. So, but in general, I probably go maybe every other week. I don't go every week, although I usually do hit a home goods store to check out the Yankee Candle section every week. So if you include that, then I would say every week. But as far as the actual retail store, probably every other week, every 3 weeks, something like that. Just enough to see what's going on and, you know, make sure everybody knows who I am. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. What is your favorite fragrance for the current season and why? Well, we're still in summer, so I guess I have to go with summer. And this is my least favorite season to burn. So This is a hard question for me. I am right now in the process of finishing up some summer scents. I'm starting to transition to the fall, but I'm not going to pull out my fall scents until after Labor Day, and I'm really excited about that. So right now, you know, I'm just not into it so much right now. But I would say my favorite one that I've been burning for the summertime, that's a toughie. Because I do like the coconut scents, pineapple, Bay Breeze, fabulous, honeydew melon, fabulous. I would have to say pineapple cilantro, and I don't have one out here, but yeah, I would go with, oh, that's a toughie. It would be a toss-up between pineapple cilantro, Bay Breeze, and honeydew melon. All three excellent, excellent summer candles. I do like Country Lemonade, but I didn't have a chance to burn it this summer, so I'm going to have to wait till next summer. So, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with pineapple cilantro, simply because it's a great summer scent with the pineapple. It had a really good throw. It's in the current lineup, so you can get it. Honeydew melon, the same thing. Bay Breeze, unfortunately, is retired, so, you know, if someone's watching this video and they want to run out and get a summer candle, you may not be able to get it except online. So, to me, it'd be a toss-up between pineapple cilantro and honeydew melon. Sorry, I can't be so decisive on that one, because that's a hard question. What is my least favorite fragrance for the current season, and why? I would say, oh gosh, that's a hard question. I'm going to go with what I have going right now, and my answer would be mango peach salsa. And that's simply because it has a very light throw. I just don't have any luck with any of the peach scented candles or the peach pear combination. I just think they're too light. And, you know, even though I always buy candles on sale, I do spend a lot of money at Yankee. And frankly, if I'm buying a scented candle, I want to smell it. So, yeah, I would go with mango peach salsa. I'm sure there's more, but I can't think of any. What is your favorite season to burn candles, and why? I kind of touched on that earlier, and that would be, you know, the holiday season from like November, actually from like, you know, October, late October, when it starts to get really cold and dark out, when we have the time change, from late October through, you know, New Year's, the holiday season, though, that's my favorite time. The nights are long and dark and cold, and you have the holidays, so you get all the fabulous scents like apple pumpkin and, you know, spice pumpkin, harvest, the Christmas scents. I love, you know, holiday bayberry, balsam and cedar, you know, and it's just, that's I think for most of us, that's probably the favorite time to burn candles. Do I prefer the smooth wax or the molten wax, and why? This molten wax, I haven't heard that term before. I always, you know, thought we called it like the marbled wax, or what was the other term? Oh, I can't think of it. It'll come to me, I'm sure. But I'm going to use their terminology in this question, which is the molten or mottled wax, I think is what I call it. And to show you an example, this is the marble or molten wax, and this is the smooth wax. And of the two, I would say I prefer this one. One, because you can get a kind of good look at the candle and see, you know, how much oil is in there. And look at this one, it's great, all the oils and the bubbles and everything like that. With these, it's kind of hard to tell. Also with the mottled wax, it has a cleaner burn. A lot of times when I burn these things in the smooth wax, especially like the Pure Radiance candles, you know, these are also in the smooth wax. They tend to leave a residue along, you know, the jar, you know, and it gives it a cloudy look, which I don't really like that much. And the paraffin wax burns really smooth compared to the soy blend. I mean, very, very clean compared to the soy blend as far as what it does around the jar. Also, a lot in the smooth wax, especially with these tumblers, they have a different kind of wick, and sometimes the wicks move. I've only had it happen to one candle like this in the paraffin wax, but it tends to happen more often in the smooth wax. But I do buy both, but I do prefer the paraffin wax over the soy blend. Do you like doing mixology? If so, what is your favorite? I do not do mixology. I do, you know, have several candles going on at the same time, and I kind of, you know, like to have scents that, you know, work together, but I don't do mixology. Who in your family can you talk to about wax? No one. My family thinks I'm crazy, and if they had any idea of the extent I go with my candles, they would probably be shocked. They do not know I do videos. If they saw my hauls, they would be appalled, I'm sure. They just are not into candles at all. You know, they like candles, but they're like, you know, they'll have one candle going and it'll last them like a year. So I mean, they're not into it to any extent like I am or you guys here on YouTube. So you guys are my candle family. What am I currently burning? Like I said, I'm finishing up some summer scents. So what I have going on right now, I have Farmer's Market. I have Honeydew Melon. I have, what is that in there? Passion Fruit. I have Mango Peach Salsa. And I have 2 Pure Radiance candles. One is Guava, one is Nectar. I have Cherry Lemonade going on in the kitchen. I have a writing jar of Orchard, which is like a peach pear. Can't smell a thing. I have World Journeys French Lavender going on in my bedroom. And I have a tart of lemon lavender. That's what I have going on right now. And what is my favorite all-time scent from Yankee? Another very difficult question, so I have to ask myself, if I was on that desert island and I could only take one candle with me, what would I take? Very difficult question because they have so many great scents. I mean, I love, you know, the fall scents like apple pumpkin, autumn wreath, some of my favorites. I love tulips. I wouldn't pick a Christmas scent. It would have to be a scent that I could enjoy all year round. And my first love has always been lavender. One of my favorite candles would be, you know, French lavender, however it's discontinued. So I'm going to pick a candle that's in the current lineup. So that would be lemon lavender. I love lavender. I love lemon. This combines 2 of my absolute all-time favorite scents. And it has a great throw. It's purple wax, so it goes with my decor because I have a lot of, you know, blue, purple rooms. Blue and purple, not in the same room. It's just a fabulous scent. Has a great throw. It's a classic. You can burn it all year round. So I would have to pick lemon lavender. However, like I mentioned, I do like Midsummer's Night for sentimental value. Oh, and I guess I'm done, so I have to do the tag. Oh my gosh, that was so hard. Anyway, I am going to try to pick people who weren't tagged. I've been trying to keep track, but I know I'm probably going to end up tagging a couple people that have been mentioned before, but I'm trying to tag some other people. But with that being said, if you are watching this video, please consider yourself tagged. I know a lot of my subscribers don't do videos, so maybe this will be your opportunity to get your first video up. And, you know, like I said, I try to keep track of who is being tagged, but, you know, unless I sit and watch every video again and write everybody down, I'm going to miss somebody. So if I don't tag you, please don't be offended. Consider yourself tagged. I am going to re-tag Susan because you have been tagged by a few people and I have not seen a video from you in a while. So I am really anxious to have a video from you because I just love your videos, love your opinions and your comments. So Susan, you are re-tagged. I am going to tag Olivia Band in the UK. I haven't seen any videos from you in a while. Closet Bliss, Joy and Blessings, and Why Not 0224. So there you go, Yankee Candle tag. If you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below. And have a blessed day. Oh, I'm so glad that's done.